Welcome to Oneness. Today is day 7 and we will be looking at verse 7 from Tao Te Ching. So before we begin, let's observe a few seconds of silence. Thank you. So now let's look at verse 7 from Tao Te Ching. Heaven and earth last forever. Why do heaven and earth last forever? They are unborn, so ever living. The wise stay behind and are thus ahead. They are detached, thus at one with all. Through selfless action, they attain fulfillment. So this verse, I like to call it as the way of being selfless. So now let's go line by line and try to understand what Lao Tzu would have meant on this verse. Heaven and earth last forever. Why do heaven and earth last forever? They are unborn, so ever living. So the word unborn is little out of context. When I say out of context, so for me it didn't make sense when I read it first time. But in other translation, it is given that the selfless nature of heaven and earth is what makes them to live forever. So the first 4 lines says all about the nature of heaven and earth. The nature of heaven and earth is always giving without expecting anything in return. So if you look at any life form in this planet, the heaven and earth are always generous in giving. So you talk about the air that we breathe, the food we eat, the water we drink, the sunshine that we enjoy, or even the thoughts that come to us, it's all given by the divine nature of the heaven and earth. They are always giving selflessly and expect nothing in return. So now let's go to the other lines. The wise stay behind and are thus ahead. They are detached, thus at one with all. Through selfless action, they attain fulfillment. So the first line in the second paragraph is, the wise stay behind and are thus ahead. So what it means here is, it is giving importance to others' needs before fulfilling our own needs. So the wise people or the sage is always look for the ways to help others before they help themselves. What I mean by this is, it is not that they don't want to take care of their basic needs. Of course they will take care of their basic needs, but when it comes to helping others, they put others' need before their own. They will be selfless there, and then they serve other people's needs first. So that way they remain in people's mind and they remain one and centered with Tao. So that's what this line means to me. And then the last 2 lines goes like this. They are detached, thus at one with all. So how I interpret this line is, they are detached from their own personal needs, the personal gratification, the physical needs, the materialistic needs, or I will help only my family or my friends or my relatives. Rather, they see serving everyone in this whole world is an important thing for them. Instead of saying, oh, this is my community, this is my tribe of people, I've only helped them. Rather, they're open and be one with all. They will be one with everyone and selflessly serve other people's needs as well. Now let's go to the last line. Through selfless action, they attain fulfillment. What does it mean? By fulfilling others' need first, their needs automatically get fulfilled. They don't go out and then ask anything from people, but when others see the selfless action of the wise person, they come to help them, right? So they don't go and ask. Rather, the way of being selfless, their needs get fulfilled in a way by others as well. So this is what verse 7 talks to us about. So with that, let's dive in a little more deeper to understand the verse 7 from Tao Te Ching. We might have seen in the society there are some people who primarily live with their selfish nature of having some possession, that the material things they wanted to get, or they wanted to get higher power or prestige or more money. They just constantly they work towards getting more and more of this kind of a thing. And by way of seeking that all the time, they will run out of the time to enjoy the moments with what they have already. By what I mean by that is, so by thriving and striving all the time, they run out of time. So in the other way, so why do we people look for the possession or prestige and power? So there is a way that, when you ask why to anything or any goal that you seek, the end answer will come as happiness. For an example, if I say that, oh, my goal is to find a better job. So why do you need a better job? Because I can get more money. So why do you need more money? Because I will buy a house. And why we want to buy a house? Because that will give me happiness. Or the other example is, I want to start a company. So why do you want to start a company? Because I can make more money and then retire early. So why you wanted to make more money and retire so early? So that I can spend more time with my family. So why do you want to spend more time with your family? Because I'll be happy spending time with my family. And the final one example of the same thing is, I want to do exercise from tomorrow. So why do you want to start exercise from tomorrow? Because I want to become healthy. So why you want to become healthy? Because I wanted to spend more time with my kids. So why you want to spend more time with your kids? Because I will be happy. So all our goals are self-centered with one thing is to get happiness. In that pursuit of happiness, all we see is our self-needs first. So that is where the Martin Seligman, an author who talks about 3 different types of happiness. The first happiness he talks about is pleasure, and the second happiness type he talks about is passion, and the third type of happiness he talks about is purpose. So to give you an example of what is pleasure-based happiness is, a pleasure-based happiness is a very short-living happiness. An activity that we do which can give us a quick burst of energy or a happiness with us. For an example, going out for a movie with a friend, or maybe having a good meal, meeting a friend, having a good conversation, or buying new clothes, do some shopping, buy a new gadget. All these things can give us happiness. But this happiness cannot live for long. It is kind of a short period that we enjoy the momentary pleasure. The second type of happiness is passion-based happiness. That is, doing something what we really love to do, be it be an art or composing a music or doing some of our hobby. And the other way is being a part of a group and do some activity which is meaningful for others and the whole of our society. So when we do something of our hobby, what happens is we will enter a state called flow state. During the flow state, the time doesn't matter. We will feel like, we just spent 10 minutes or 15 minutes. However, we would have ended up spending hours and hours and hours. So that is what being in a state of flow is. So when we were in a state of flow, the happiness that we get from that kind of an activity, it is little more longer than a pure pleasure-based happiness. So that we can call it as passion-based happiness or flow happiness. The third one, it is purpose-based happiness. The purpose-based happiness is being part of something higher than us and serving people. So when we serve people, the happiness that we get by doing that meaningful work, it is everlasting. So every time that we spend more time with the purpose-based work, it comes as like, it is lasts for long. The happiness is very sustainable. And it is not like, it goes high and comes down. Instead, it stays with us for long duration. So that is purpose-based happiness. So this verse is all about being selfless. And when we be at selfless and be of service to others, the happiness which we all search for and the inner peace we all search for comes all in front of us and to us. With that, we can be happy and be at peace for life. So with that, let's conclude verse 7 of Tao Te Ching. The actionable thought for today is, ask yourself, how can I be of service to others today? How can I fulfill someone else's need before fulfilling my own needs? How can I let go of my wants and needs and perspectives? Instead, how can I be of a service to some other human being and serve other people? And take as small action as possible that you feel it makes sense of letting go of your selfish need and be of a help to someone. So that way you will be aligned with the Tao, and the eternal nature of Tao will also be with you. With that, let's end for today and talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.